Ah. Hello, online crew. How are you going? Today, we're going to talk about the difference between marketing and prospecting and what you should be concentrating more on. So, if you're in a home based business, direct sales, network marketing, those kind of things, you'll find this conversation really beneficial. So, if you're on a second ago, I was live, I didn't even realize I was live, but here we are. So, how is everybody? If we haven't met before, my name is Helen Martin and I'm your online crew captain. So, that's just a little bit of fun for our online crew community here of home-based business owners, entrepreneurs, direct sellers, those in network marketing, MLM, and you want to leverage the internet and use social media to build your business online. Now, if you're doing that, then you're probably a little bit aware of marketing and you're probably very aware of prospecting online. So that's the conversation we're going to have today. I am intrigued, though, for those of you that are building online, which one of those do you actually think is more important? Marketing yourself on social media or prospecting on social media? What are your thoughts around that? Do you do a bit of both? Do you think one is more important than the other? I'd love to know your thoughts around that. So share that with me. Before we get into that content today, I just want to share with you the days are closing down from when we start the free 14-day online crew video challenge. So if you want to get more visible on social media, there's no better time to do that than at the beginning of the year. Boost your algorithm, get more engagement, those kind of things at the beginning of the year. Then come join us for the video challenge. But we do start next Monday and there's some prep work to do. So you want to join now and get underway. Let me share the link with you over here on Facebook. So it's helenmartinonline.com/video, and that will get you registered to the challenge, and then you'll get the link to join the group, and all the details are in the Facebook group. So fantastic opportunity for you to overcome the fear of live video, and I guide you with the technical skills, the content, all the rest of it. As I said, it's a great opportunity for you to get more engagement and boost your algorithm at the beginning of the year. So hopefully you'll join us for that. And I did go live in the video challenge group earlier today for video 8. So if you're in that group and you haven't seen that video yet, we're emailing it out to everybody that's registered. That's why you need to register. Otherwise, you won't get the email updates. But we're emailing out the replay of video 8 to all those that are registered. So you've got the content for days 1 to 6. So who's here live with me? Say hello. We've got Cherie on today. How are you? Hello, Joy. Great to see you on. We've got Beth. Good to see you. I think it's a combination of prospecting and marketing. Okay, that's good, Cherie. Hello, Hero. How are you? So let's have a chat, about that. If you really want to build on social media, I do recommend you do a combination of marketing and prospecting, but hear me out as to sort of the difference between the two of them and what I recommend that you should be doing. What I find in this industry, especially this day and age with everybody using social media, everybody having a phone, what's happened in the last couple of years around the world, everybody's gone online, is that people are not necessarily that interested anymore in, warm market, messaging people about their business, those kind of things. So they go into the marketing side of it. So you want to build a brand on social media, do posts, maybe do Facebook Lives, things like that. Here's the downfall of that. If you don't already have an audience, you don't have a big following, you don't have influence yet on social media, you could be doing a lot of marketing and a lot of Facebook Lives and a lot of posts and those kind of things. And it may not be at the moment resulting in too many, transactions. Where did I go? I'm back. Did the screen just go black for you? That was really weird. So if you just what is going on? Did it just go black again? I'm looking at a black screen, so that's really weird. So bear with me. Really weird technical going on right now. It's kind of like we're in a little bit of a disco. So I'm going to come and I'm going to go. But back to the marketing side of it. If you only concentrate on the marketing, but you don't have an audience yet, you don't have a really big network, you don't have like really good engagement, just share with me, can you still hear me when the screen goes black? Because if this is going to continue to happen, I'll just keep talking. As long as you can hear me, I'll come back in the screen. That's really weird, isn't it? It's going to take you a long time to get results from the marketing side of it unless you're really good, or unless you've managed to get a really big audience really quickly, or your personality is so dynamic that everyone's drawn to you on social media. It will take a lot longer to get results. So here's what I recommend while you're building up your marketing. You absolutely want to be doing marketing because of the exposure that it can give you, because of the the audience that you can attract, because of the organic reach that you can get from things like Reels and TikTok and things like that. And when I say marketing, that's what I mean. I mean Facebook Lives, I mean posts, I mean TikToks, Reels, all the things social media. But again, here's where what I find the downfall is that a lot of people put all their eggs in that marketing bucket, and they don't have the network, they don't have the influence, they don't have the engagement, and they get disappointed when it doesn't, translate into results. So that takes time. Build up a following takes time. Building up a brand takes time. Building up engagement with the people that are watching you takes time. So while you're learning the marketing, building the audience, building the brand, I do highly recommend that you still do prospecting. Now, prospecting doesn't mean your warm market necessarily. If that's, some people have a massive barrier to that. I don't want to go near my family and friends. I've been there before. They don't support me, all the rest of it. That's cool. You can still prospect into the cold market on social media. And you should absolutely be doing that to network and engage with more people while you're building up your marketing. Does that make sense? So the combination of the two, I wouldn't recommend you do one in isolation. Even prospecting. If you're spending a lot of time prospecting on social media, why wouldn't you be posting on social media? Because the people that you're networking with and sending messages with are looking at you. So if you're not active on social media and doing some marketing, then their impression of you may not be as good as it could be if you're doing a lot of activity on the marketing side of it. So the main difference between the two is marketing is not talking to any one person in particular. It's very general. It's the lives, it's the TikToks, it's the Reels, it's the posts, it's those kind of things. It's just a general messaging, general posting. Whereas prospecting is obviously the language is completely different. You're talking to one person and you're deliberately networking and building up relationships with people to maybe see if they're open to what it is that you're doing. So there is a massive difference between the two. What are you doing in your business? Or what do you think you need to do more of? Because here's the downfall of one or the other, is what I mentioned before. If you only do marketing and no prospecting, what size audience do you have? What kind of influence do you have? If you don't have those things, it's going to take a while to translate into results until you get more well-known, until you get more of an audience. Like you're kind of waiting around for that to happen. So you can absolutely get traction along the way. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't mean you're not going to come across people that get drawn into your marketing and reach out to you, and that starts a conversation and they might become a customer or a team member. It can absolutely happen. But it's the people that have got a really big following that people flock to them. And they're the people that never have to prospect or recruit ever again, because people are just sending them messages all the time. I want to work with you. How do I work with you? Are you there? Are you there at that stage yet in your business? Unless you're at that stage, you got a lot more work to do in your marketing to get to that point. So don't wait around for that to happen. actually actively prospect. It's got to be part of your DMO. Your daily method of operation is to actively network, build up relationships, and prospect people on social media. And again, that doesn't need to be necessarily warm market. That can be cold market, but you want to work at both and find time in your time blocking and your content creation to do a bit of both, so you don't have all the eggs in the one basket and you're not missing opportunities. Does that make sense? Okay, just checking. Oh, thanks for the feedback here, guys. Oh, you were losing the sound. Hopefully we're all good now. Hey, Jen, great to see you here. Keep losing sound, glitching and freezing, just distorted. I can hear you. Yes, we can hear you. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Christina. Great to see you on. And Ellie, how are you? Happy New Year, guys. Hey, Ford, how are you? Great that I'm back, all doing well, better now. See you. Yes, makes sense. So it's just a very quick message to you in your social media planning. You want to be doing the marketing and you want to be showing up. You want to be doing the Facebook Lives. Again, join us for the free challenge starting next Monday. If you're not familiar with lives, you've still got a massive fear around lives, or you're not consistent with lives, join us. The link is on the screen there. So you want to be actively doing the marketing, stories, actively being in stories, actively posting on social media. What I recommend for your personal profile is choosing what I call content buckets. So choose 5 content buckets that represent who you are. So that could be building a business online. That could be if you've got a product or a service-based business, what is that? Like, is it finance? Is it health and wellness? Is it skincare? Is it jewelry? Is it, whatever it is? So that might be a bucket. Like health and wellness might be a bucket. The other bucket might be, do you have a pet? Do you have animals? Do you have an interest? Do you have a hobby? Like, a lot of you know that I've got a dog called Harley, who's a pug. Like, he's one of my buckets. I often post, about Harley. So I post about entrepreneurialism, building a business online, health and wellness. A lot of you know that I teach at the gym, at class at the gym once a week. Health is something that I'm into. At Harley, I'm often talking about inspiration and motivation and things like that. What's a post I put on my personal profile yesterday was a couple of books that I recommend to people. Like, I'm often posting about sort of inspirational sort of messages. So what represents you? And let people get to know who you are within your 5 buckets. What that does when you're consistent with your 5 content buckets about, what represents you, is you will start attracting like-minded people. You want to recruit more people like you, do you not? Would you like to recruit more people like you that want to build a business online, that understand residual income, that have the same similar interests as you? When you're quite specific with your content on your personal profile, then you'll attract people that are more like you, because they're going to be the ones that engage with what you post because they resonate with what you're talking about. And they're the people that you will move on to prospecting and building rapport with. So the activity that you do on social media, like the marketing that you do and the posting that you do, will lead you to the right people to prospect. Okay, but it comes down to what content you put out there. But the two can actually work hand in hand. When you've got really good marketing, and marketing is just general content out there, and the reels and the TikToks and all the things that I've already mentioned, but that can lead you to attract the right people to you to then build up a relationship with your prospecting efforts. But you don't really want to be doing one without the other. So if you're one of those people that has got all your eggs in the marketing basket, and you're doing lives and you're doing posts and you're doing reels and you're doing TikToks and you're doing all the things, you're doing maybe even YouTube, but you're not actually having conversations with anybody and prospecting anybody on social media, you're missing big opportunities for yourself, and you're probably slowing down your progress. So you'd want to be doing, obviously, the marketing side of it, but then picking up your activity in the prospecting side of it. Again, when we look at the other side of it, the prospecting side of it, if you're networking with a lot of people on social media, but you're not doing much marketing, you're not putting much out there, then you're not really creating a good impression of yourself, because it's the marketing. People check people out. Don't tell me that you don't go and check people out when you come across them the first time, or you get a friend request from somebody, and you or a follow on Instagram, and you go and check them out. Do you not? So if you're not doing the marketing side of it and posting things that reflect what your life is all about, what you're passionate about, what you want people to know that you are about, then you're missing those opportunities with people looking at you and going, oh, they look like a cool person to network with. So one really feeds off the other and vice versa. So, in relation to what you do every day to building your business online, yes, you absolutely want to have great energy and content into the marketing side of things and doing lives and posts and reels and TikToks and whatever you can manage. I'm not necessarily saying you need to do all of it, because you don't want to do all of it really badly. You want to concentrate on a couple of platforms and a couple of things and do them really well, and then, branch out. Okay, so you want to have that activity going, but you want to make time and space and energy in your day to be in your messenger, to be in your DMs in Instagram, and to actually prospect and network and have conversations with people and engage with people who comment on your content that you're putting out in the marketing. See how that feeds off each other. But people do get caught up with, I don't want to hassle anybody. I just want to do social media. Unless you've got a really large following and a network and a bunch of people that are engaged with you every single day, it's probably going to take you quite a while to get some really good results in your business. Okay, we need to have more rapport and more discussion with people. As I said yesterday, we want to be a human before we're a marketer. So we need that human touch, that prospecting, that teaching, treating people like actual people and having a real conversation with them as you would in person while you're doing your marketing. Okay. So any of you listening, do you feel that you may need to do more of one than another, or maybe you're not doing enough of the social media, or maybe you're not doing enough of the prospecting, like you're not having enough conversations? The people in your companies, if you're in like a direct sales network marketing business, the only difference between them and you that are doing really well is they're talking to a hell of a lot more people than you are. Social media is amazing for giving you exposure, organic reach, comments, reaching people that you wouldn't be able to reach, human to human. But don't hide behind it. Don't hide behind social media at the expense of building true relationships and prospecting people on social media. You've got to do a bit of both if you want to speed up your results. I hope that makes sense. So good for me. Seems to have worked, Tonya. No worries, Pam. We can always do more, I think. I think you're right, Beth. We can always do more in both camps. It's just a matter of managing the time that you have wisely. And when you go to social media, this is my word for this year, for 2022, intentional. So instead of picking up your phone and just aimlessly scrolling and checking out what everyone else is doing, don't tell me you don't do it. Everybody stalks on social media, whether it's Instagram or, Facebook or, TikTok, whatever it is. A lot of people are looking, but not enough people are responding and engaging. So make that a point of being, a bit more intentional with that. So when you go to your phone and you're looking at these social media platforms and you're doing it, you're probably doing it multiple times a day. I encourage you to track for 24 hours how many times you pick up your phone. It's probably a scary number, but if you're doing it anyway, do it intentionally, and do it with intention to create better relationships and rapport with people. If you missed my Facebook Live yesterday, or on Instagram, or on YouTube, or in my group, please go and watch that regarding my message about being a human before a marketer. And this is where these two tie in perfectly together with the prospecting and the marketing, is being the human while you're learning to be a marketer. Okay, but you've got to stand out from the crowd. The way you can stand out from the crowd is actually being more in tuned and intentional with the people that you're liaising with, engaging with, and messaging on social media. Okay. So not doing enough, Tonya. So glad I found you through a friend in the business. Well, I'm glad you're here. Thank you very much for your comment, Tonya. And if these things, it, if they just help you a little bit, be a little bit more intentional on your time on social media, because it's a massive time waster. Would you agree that social media can be a massive time waster, and it can actually consume your mind and be exhausting, but you're not actually getting any results in your business? So you feel like you're doing a massive amounts of work, you feel like you're doing a lot of marketing, you feel like you're doing a lot, but there's no difference in your business. Then I would encourage you to evaluate, where are you spending your time? Maybe you're spending too much time in marketing and not enough in prospecting. Maybe you need to build some more one-on-one relationships, and it won't always be that way forever. The more you build up your marketing, the more well you're known, the bigger the audience, then you'll be able to rely more on the marketing than the prospecting. But watch that ratio depending on where you are in your business, at the moment. Okay, Matthew, how are you? Facebook and Instagram are very intense now when it comes to engagement. There are times when I cannot even message someone due to the intensity of social media platforms. What do you mean there's times that you can't even message someone? Not quite understanding what you mean there, Matthew, if you want to elaborate on that. I should, can, will do more and be consistent. Love your language there. Rather than should, you can and will. So let's scrub out should and just keep can and will. Do more and be more consistent. I need to set a posting pattern, plans and implementation and underway. Fantastic. Ford, that's what it's all about. Planning is your best friend. Planning will, make or break you on social media. The more you can plan and be intentional with your time, the better off you'll be on social media. So that's great, Ford. Oh, you mean the new community standards? There are there's obviously standards on both platforms, and they're hot on them at the moment. So I hope that helps in some way, just to refocus a little bit, maybe where you need to spend your time. And if you're doing more one than the other, then have a little bit of a think about the balance of that, and whether that's really where you need to be, or whether you need to adjust things and plan a little bit more to do a bit more of both. Okay. But I do recommend a combination of the marketing and the prospecting if you want to speed up the results in your business. So thank you for being here, especially with me live. Next week, I'm actually going away. We're going away. We've hired a house with some friends. There's going to be 2 families, and we're going away next week. You're coming with me. So I'm going to do a couple of lives next week, not full lives, but I will be on my first normal live next week. I'll let you know where I am and what I'm up to. So make sure you join me next week so I can catch you live then. So have an amazing rest of the week and the weekend, and I will see you guys next week. And do not forget, if you have not registered for the free 14-day online crew video challenge, do it now. helenmartinonline.com/video. That'll get you registered, which will get you into the Facebook group, and all the details are in there. We're going to have a hell of a lot of fun for 14 days in the video challenge. And remember to show your face more. This is part of your marketing, and your marketing can lead to some increased prospecting by doing the video challenge. Okay. So I hope to see as many of you as possible starting the challenge next Monday. Okay. Bye.